So yeah, the thing is, right, the problem that Soares has in this matchup and why it's so good for Ladiva, and again, you can tell the Micropene is just way better than me, right, because he's still, made that very close, despite this being probably Ladiva's best matchup. +1. Ladiva's SPD is 5 frames, right? Light SPD is a 5-frame move. And command grabs, if they... I know this is being silly. It's so true, so true. If command grabs hit on the same frame as anything else in the video game, they win. They have priority over everything, unless invuln is involved, basically, right? So whether it's a strike, whether it's another, like, even a regular throw, right? Like, if throw and command grab, I mean, it's gonna be impossible to do this. Like, if I can get, like, my command grab and Soares' throw to land on the same frame, I promise you it wins, basically, right? So, the problem that Soares faces is that, you know, a lot of his shit, what happens to 2 command grabs, they clash. They can tech. I can show you this right now, actually. I might make it easier to time. Yeah, there you go. You see? Command grabs tech each other the Aki way. It's very funny. This can work with, like, 2 different command grabs, too. Like, Vasaraga's grab and Ladiva's grab can do this to each other. But because of the speed difference, it's much less common to see something like that happen. But yeah, so the problem that Soares faces now is with Ladiva having a 5-frame SPD and him being +1 off of a lot of his shit, right? He needs a 5-frame move here, right? He needs a 5-frame move to beat SPD, and from this range, he's not in close L distance. He doesn't have one, right? His 2L is 6 frames. Because he's +1, it's basically 5 frames, which means it'll hit on the same frame as my light SPD. If he's in range, he'll just lose. Right? Same thing here. This is +1 on block. Very difficult for him. I believe this is the only... Yeah, it's +4. Something like this, right, is +8. But, like, otherwise, all his, like, his normal, like, plus on block special moves kind of just lose to SPD unless he spaces them out to the point where he's outside of SPD range, which is kind of hard to do, right? That's why you saw Micropene so often backdashing or backdashing after his own plus frames. You do this into that. The idea is if I try to SPD him, he'll be safe, right? Can he hard call you out with U Rock Smash? U Rock Smash I don't believe is airborne frame 1. I can try, let's see. So if I don't believe it's airborne right away though. Right, so if he goes, yeah, right, if he does this and I SPD him. Yeah, right? U Rock Smash is not airborne immediately, so he can't. Grabs whiff on airborne? Yeah, SPDs cannot grab airborne opponents. That is like the big, like they're incredibly powerful. The one thing is like, if he jumps, right? And I run up and I grab him and he jumps, it just whiffs, right? And I'm quite minus. So that's why you saw that Micropene was doing so much of like this, right? Backdashing on his own plus frames. Because he basically, like, that's kind of what he has to do in this matchup. And then eventually, like, once I started punching him for doing that, then he went back to actually, like, doing 2L pressure and stuff like that. But basically, he puts himself in a 50-50 every time he, like, enters his win condition zone, right? So it's very, very hard for Soares in this matchup. He has to meaty, I think if he meaties this after the first hit, after initial hits, right? So boom. Right? Oh! It's still only +1? That's unfortunate. I could have sworn he could meaty this. But yeah, I mean, even if he can, outside of, like, that specific situation, this matchup is, like, hilariously bad for Soares, right? So, okay, like, this is, it was already not great for him last patch, and they made this thing fucking 5 frames, right? It's, they made it 5 frames. So, I mean, that's, again, just shout out to Micropene. Just how much better he is at the video game than I am for still being able to, like, he took a game, or he was kind of beating my ass in certain situations, for sure. It's really bad for Soares. Like, his win condition, like, fundamentally, gets hard countered by Ladiva in this patch. And, like, Soares does not have... I mean, he basically has to, he can try and play, like, a zoner, but that's gonna be really, you know... He doesn't exactly have a good kit for that, right? It's not like it's unwinnable, but it's certainly very difficult if your opponent is even anywhere close to your skill level.